set this up? What's going on, guys? I'm trying to figure out where to set my phone. This always happens. Welcome. Can you guys hear me? Is everything coming through okay? It should be. Probably should turn off my. Right? Yeah, I'm trying to stream twice a week. I'm trying to stream when I'm mixing the song and when I'm mixing vocals to kind of give a fun look at what I'm doing. But welcome. So today, all this yellow stuff. So when I last streamed, this is all of this was what I had done right here. And so yesterday, I recorded all these vocals, and none of it's mixed. I've pitch corrected everything, but I haven't actually started mixing it into the song. So it sounds as
this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep.
It doesn't have any effects, or you know what I mean. So, cool. You can hear me just fine. Yeah, and I also saw that I'm supposed to be hitting 60K today, which is really exciting. Now that I'm just thinking about it, I need to share this on Twitter. Let me just share this on Twitter really quick. Road to 60K. So excited. There we go. Okay. Let me see where I'm at right now. I'm at. Oh my gosh! I'm at like nine subs away. I'm 9 subs away from hitting 60,000. So this is cool. Anyways, so yeah, I know this is a lot earlier than I've typically streamed, but I need to get this done before later this evening, so I can actually get it like finished and uploaded. So, but thank you for the few people that have dropped by. And yeah, I guess I'll just get started. I'm gonna start zoning in. But if you have any questions on what I'm doing, or like if you're interested in this kind of stuff, doing production or mixing or whatever, you can ask questions as I go. And yeah, so I guess I'll just get started. So I just started to put an EQ on my voice. So
this world is not for me. This world is not for. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. This world is not for me. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, this world is not for me. This world is not for me. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep.
let's get this party started. Okay.
This world is not for me.
Okay, so maybe I'll throw.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. Just let me. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still water. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters. 'Cause this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep.
Add some reverb and some delay to get it all nice and fun. Try this one, and I'll do Gotta Love a Ping Pong. Wait.
This world is not for me.
There we go. Thank you. Yes, I'm really stoked on this one. I feel like this is one of the more mature sounding songs I've written. As kind of weird as that may sound, I don't know why. It just feels like that. I'm gonna try. I've learned some new tricks recently from watching some videos on how to make vocals sound even wider, and so I was going to try them again today and see if I can get this to sound cool.
This world is not for me. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep.
That maybe makes me want to cover Veterans A-Team for some reason. Wait. And maybe. Yeah, I see what you're saying. A-Team.
This world is not for me.
Yeah, see, this is the part where I don't know if this is actually that interesting for people, because what I'm essentially doing is playing over a part over and over and over again until I can get it to sound decent, and then I have to reference it in the song and do all that stuff. So it's kind of I can imagine it could be exhausting to listen to. So
this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep.
okay, that delay is way too long. Whoa. Actually, gonna try one other thing. Let's see if this.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep.
Okay, sorry guys. Just trying to get. I'm a sucker for trying to get vocals to sound like they're in a space, you know. So I'm gonna add a little top end.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run.
Oh, I've missed some of this stuff. Are all the different pop-ups that look like add-ins include base software, or do you buy them individually? Everything I'm using I actually have purchased. You can get away with not buying any of these plugins and just use the use the software that comes with the DAW rather than using third-party software. And yeah, but I have over the years just collectively gotten so many plugins, and I always reach for certain ones. For me, it's interesting to see how you put work into these songs and feel more connected to them. This world is not just for me. Let me fall asleep. It's pretty much everyone during the quarantine, but hey, at least quarantine is ending soon. Yes, hopefully. This kind of stream is acquired taste, but I think it's great for when I'm doing something around the house. Yeah, this is definitely, this is just for anybody that wants to hang out and ask questions slash just kind of watch how it's done. Well, not how it's done, but like how I do it. Because I think what'll be fun is when the creative mixing comes into it, and I start doing little like vocal throws or delay throws and stuff like that, which I'm getting close to. But if I can, get the main vocal to sit decently, then I'm gonna start working in everything else. So let me just mute all this.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet.
Should turn on all of these plugins. Lux song. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Lux song. Can't wait for this song. Stay safe. Thank you, and yes, you too. Oh no, this is for Zenitsu from Demon Slayer.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause
let's get this doubler.
me. 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 Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. Me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet.
Oh wow, I missed quite a few. I hope that great Demon Slayer soundtrack is majestic. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of I've noticed, especially like I know a lot of people that watch dubs specifically are getting kind of frustrated because they are not getting the dubbed versions, and they're getting frustrated.
This world is not for me. This world is not for me. Just let me.
I don't know why it doesn't sound right.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall. This world is not for me.
Hey, Daddy Fat Snaps. What's going on, man?
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world asleep. Thunder fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds. Light. In the clouds. Light. In the clouds. Lightning at my feet. In my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep.
I now down to the or I bow down to the vocals. Oh my gosh.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet.
Sound. Why does this not sound the way I want it to?
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep.
Something's bothering me.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, me. Sleep. This world is not for me. Just
See you later. Thank you for stopping by, Michael. Bows to both gods.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down.
Usually I would bus everything, but I'm trying a different approach to this, for this on this time. Trying to see how I can get by with not doing that. What did I press? There we go.
Every time I try, I get. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. Every time I try, I get knocked down. Every time I try, I get knocked.
What is this for? Yeah, it's Zenitsu, which I know you've done. Which, by the way, is so funny because I know for all of us that do this, you know, we have these characters and we want to obviously give it a title to the song that would best suit the character. And so for something like this, when I was doing it, I was like, there's a part in the chorus where I say like a thunderclap, and I was like, oh, thunderclap, that'd be great. But I was like, wait a second, let's make sure. And I saw that you, Daddy Fast Snaps, that you called your song that, and I was like, damn it. So, but it actually worked out fine because there's a part in the hook where I say awoken. That's kind of more of the highlight. And so I was like, okay, I actually like that a lot for a name. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. I've never done this streaming, so there's like a sense of pressure right now to try and make sure this sounds perfect. Which, I mean, I always try and do, but, you know. Sorry, let me see. You should do a live stream like this, DPS for us night owls, since you're up at like 5 a.m. Well, for me right now, it's 3:22 in the evening, because I'm in England. New sub here. I love your stuff. Out of curiosity, what mic preamp do you use? All this processing done in the box. Do you track vocals with compression? Yeah. So the mic I use is just an SM7B, and I do track with a preamp. I use a UAD Apollo Twin. So I have this preamp that I run through, and I believe I did track it with an 1176 as well. So there is compression going in, but I do mainly work all in the box, but pretty much all the plugins I use, 99% of the plugins I use are all third party as well. Man of good taste. What is Snaps doing right now? It's kind of early for you, isn't it? Let me show you the beginning of this, because I need to hear for my own reference now.
This world is not for me. Just let me
So yeah, I was way too loud. Way too loud.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause
About to start writing. Get an early start. Very nice. Yeah, I was kind of worried about getting the song done in time this week, but I actually this never happens. I wrote all the lyrics and all the melodies. I got all of this done in like, before recording it, I got it all done in like an hour, which is never happens. It just was one of those things where it just kept going and going and going, and I was like, oh, sweet. So I was really fortunate, and originally I was like stressing out so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get this done? But yeah, I got to get this done today so I can get it up on DistroKid and hope that it gets released by the end of the weekend, but it won't. Welcome, Antonio15. What is happening?
this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a home. like this world is not for me. This world.
Jeez, that is harsh.
This world is not for me. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. Cause this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. Me.
Wait, why is... Oh, that's why.
Me. Sleep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe
I'm gonna try something actually.
this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. Cause
I had a feeling that these guitars were too loud.
this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. Cause need a hope that I can keep. That I can keep.
Maybe I don't want a ping pong delay. The more I'm listening to this, it's just kind of bothering me.
That I can keep. Every time I try.
Make sure I'm not missing anything. What is up, everyone? I hope this is enjoyable for anyone that's interested in this kind of stuff.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet.
It almost sounds like I might need to automate this.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No, this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet.
Why is it?
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. This world is not for me. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep.
It sounds like I have a lisp.
This world is not for me.
Oh yeah, holy cow.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning
Benson Vocals plugin worth the price? Um, I really like it. I don't really. A lot of people have kind of talked about using it as an all-in-one, and it is capable of doing it as an all-in-one. But there's just one thing that bothers me is it doesn't have a de-esser on it, and I don't know why you wouldn't. And I think they actually said that they were going to add that as an update. But it's really good. It definitely, especially like I would recommend it to somebody that doesn't have a lot of plugins and they want to try and get vocals to sound more professional. Then I would say that this is definitely a solid investment. I pretty much just use it for slight compression because it has such an aggressive compression. Like I've seen some people on tutorials blow that thing up to 100, and I'm just like, holy cow. But I really like the width on it, and the multiplier, and the EQ is good too. But yeah, and it also has a limiter at the end, which is kind of cool. But the width is cool because yeah, you can like mono the low end, which I find really cool, and then just control how much width you want if you want. I do use the echo and space on like ad-lib stuff, you know, if it needs to have like its own kind of special sound. But yeah.
This world is not for me.
I feel like it's too much.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. I close. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that
Roy the Boy. Oh, Echo Main 6. Okay, what up? You have such a godly voice, love you no homo. Okay, well thank you. I appreciate that.
this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Me.
It's too loud, but I want it to still...
This world is not for me.
I think what it is, I need to...
This world is not for me. Just this world is not for me.
Why do I feel like that's not doing anything?
This world is not for me. Just let me. This world is not for me.
There we go.
Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. Maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause
The fun part about this too, by the way, is like once I can get the verse sounding good, the second verse is pretty much done. Like I don't really have to do anything with it other than the creative mixing, which is cool.
maybe.
Sounds like these cymbals are fighting with my vocals, and it's really bothering me.
Maybe down beneath, still still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep. But maybe down beneath still waters.
I'll do a bus for these ones. I always do buses for pretty much everything, but especially for harmonies because I always have two of them.
But maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I
see, like in a scenario like this, I use Howard Benson vocals because then it ad libs and harmonies and stuff don't really, at least for me, I don't do a ton of like extra little stuff on them. So usually I just do this approach.
Maybe down beneath, maybe down beneath still waters run. Maybe down beneath,
Should probably do more EQ.
maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I
Jeez.
maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep. But maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause but maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep.
I kind of want to squash them more, but I don't really like, now that I'm thinking about it, after what I said, I'm kind of, oh, what did I just do? What just happened? Whoa. Yikes, I pressed something that just made everything go wacky. Yeah, whoops. That was an accident. Oh, I just realized. By the way, thank you for what you were saying. I'm pretty stoked on this one. But I was just gonna say that I believe. Oh, I'm two subs away from 60K on my main channel. Crazy. I can't believe I'm about to hit 60K.
Maybe down beneath still waters.
It doesn't actually. It sounds pretty good. I'm gonna see though if I can. I just gotta compress the crap out of them.
Maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I
See what this sounds like.
maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath still waters run deep, 'cause I maybe down beneath Still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep.
I also wish you could change the length. I don't know if I'm missing something, but it doesn't seem like you can change the length of the delay, which kind of annoys me.
Maybe down beneath, still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep.
What plugin are you talking about? The Howard Benson one? You talking about this one, Mr. Snaps? Oh. If you are talking about this one, yeah, yeah, it's kind of like CLA vocals. Well, essentially, it is a CLA vocals in terms of its point, its existence, but it's just an all-in-one. I mean, you have your vocal, like, it's just like a chain that's set up for you where you have your vocal like compression and stuff, EQ. You can have it like pre-compression. um, Multiplier kind of gives the vibe of like multiple voices. Your width, your echo, delay, space, reverb, whatever, and then you have your limiter slash output at the very end. But yeah, it's really cool. I like it more than CLA vocals because I feel like it's just a bit more aggressive. Like you can actually see, like, CLA vocals can do a lot, but I just feel like this has just a lot more modern potential, I guess. Like the compression is just so ridiculously powerful in terms of like, as you turn it on, it's like a 20-to-1 ratio or all ratio, and it's just super compressed, which vocals are supposed to be. But it does a good job though. It's a pretty cool plugin. I've been using it a lot.
Maybe down beneath, still.
Oh yikes! You're gonna hear all of like, these do not sound very good because they're supposed to be like flavor. So before I even let you hear what these sound like, I'm just going to throw the same thing on there. Probably take top end out of it since it's so high. Did I miss anything else? That would be great for, yeah, quick background vocals. 100%. That's what. So I was kind of saying earlier, like if I use it on like ad libs or just harmonies or whatever. I mean, you can obviously tell from my chain. There's 4 plugins versus my main chain, which has way too many. But yeah, like that's just to keep it simple. That's just generally what I use it for. Sorry, what did I miss? Okay, so I figure when you are adding another point along the vocal, you start by dragging it high so that you can pinpoint specific spots. But you're listening for the... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they call it sweeping. You're just trying to find frequencies that are not helpful, that are adding bad resonances in your voice. Okay, let's see.
Maybe down beneath, still waters run deep, 'cause maybe down beneath, still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep. Maybe down beneath. Maybe down beneath, still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep, 'cause
see, that's the one thing with this delay. I don't like how long it sits. I'm going to turn off that delay. Delay there's so many parameters to a delay, and it just kind of bugs me. Like, it sounds really, really good, but it just has no control over how long the delay goes for. So it just kind of doesn't really serve the best purpose.
Maybe down beneath, still waters run deep, 'cause I Still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep. Still waters run deep, 'cause I
just trying to think, what should I do? Maybe what I'll do. Maybe I'll try an eighth. Maybe I'll try an eighth and see how that goes. Again, a bad habit of doing the same quarter note delays, so.
Still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep. Still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep. Down. Still waters run deep, 'cause I need a hope that I can keep. Maybe down beneath, still maybe down beneath, but maybe down beneath, still but maybe down beneath, still. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep, 'cause but maybe down beneath, still waters run deep, 'cause but maybe down beneath, still waters run.
How did I come up with my name Divide? It is the... Oh my gosh, I'm at 60,000 subscribers. 60,002. Thank you to everyone. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my dad for deciding to have me. Thank my wife. I guess I'll thank myself for doing the work, but thank you, everybody, for subscribing. This is great. But how did I come up with the name Divide? How did I come up with the name Divide? It's the most uninteresting story. Essentially, I have had that handle since I was in middle school for like video games. Whenever I'd play an online game or go on Steam or whatever, put a name. Before I felt confident to put my own name, Alex, I was just putting Divide. That's just what I remember. It was because I saw a book that was sitting. Let me see. I've done this before, I feel like, on an older live stream. Let me see if I can... Divide book. I literally... It was this book, right here. Elizabeth Kay. I saw that. I had that book for some reason. And I remember it had that split in the middle. But I had this book for some reason, and I just... Yeah. That is literally where the name came from. But then I tried making it more like reflective on like my music and stuff, and that's when like the logo change happened, where you have the split faces. I recently changed it to be just that because I found the split face was really hard to see on the on my logo, which was really annoying. But yeah, out of these ones, it's kind of to represent like there's two sides to me, and because my genres are always changing, and I don't know, just kind of be reflective on that. So, and thank you, thank you, Dylan, thank you, Roy the Boy, Echo, thank you so much. All right, let's see what it sounds like.
This water's not for me, just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep, 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 that I can keep,
What?
that I can keep,
Sounds like one's off.
that I can keep, I can keep,
Sounds like one is off from the other.
that I can keep.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Every time I try, I get knocked down.
For some reason, I was telling I sent my friend a message earlier. I don't know if anyone ever listened to Crossfade, but that's what that reminds me of. I still to this day love the band Crossfade. They haven't put anything out since like 2013, but I've always loved their music since I was in middle school when the song Cold came out. And I remember when you bought a PSP, the music video was preloaded onto the PSP, and my friend got a PSP, and that's when I first heard the song. And ever since then, I've loved them. But yeah, so anyways, I have this section where it just, for some reason, I think of Crossfade.
Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around.
So it's sounding pretty good. I just need to level everything out. Onto the road, 70K and beyond. Yes. What's crazy is I hit 50K like March 10th. So in like a month and a half, I got 10,000. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know what's been going on. The YouTube gods have been giving me some blessings. I'm really excited though, because I think by the end of this year I should hit 100K, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to think about, especially if I can keep this rate up where in like a month and a half I get 10,000 subs. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. The power of dividers. I know I've been since I started my channel, I've had people try and come up with different like hashtags like divide and conquer, dividers, the divide, or divine music, or like they and then nothing's ever stuck. Like Fable's got the FF, like Fable Family, which is so brilliant, and mine sounds so divisive that I haven't ever been able to think of a good name. Nick Storm, what's going on? What is happening? Oh, well, gosh, we got like 19 people in here all of a sudden. What the heck? Last I saw, we had like 8. But dude, you should definitely have 1 million by now. Thank you. I appreciate that. I saw Social Blade has like these projections, and they're really funny, but if you look at their future, because like these don't really mean anything, it just depends on how well your numbers are at the time. But I saw on here, it says I should hit 1 million in 3 years and 6 months, which to me seems like that seems very long away. I don't know if it will take that long, but that's what it's estimating. But it says here that I should hit 100K by October if things go at the rate that they're suggesting. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. This world is not for me.
Why is it? Something's wrong. It's starting to bug me.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. The people by my side help me believe that I could have the strength. It's in the webs we weave. The people by my
Why does that sound?
The people by my side help me. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. The people by my side. The people by my side. The people by my side. The people by my side help me believe that I could have the strength. It's in the webs we weave. I try to keep my head up, protect the ones I love. But what if I'm a failure and nothing can be done? Every time you, the people by my side help me believe. The people by my side help me believe that I. The people by my side help.
Oh, what the? Not pan. Ah.
The people by my side help me believe that the people by my side help me believe that I could have the strength. It's in the webs we weave. I try to keep my head up, protect the ones I love. But what if I'm a failure and nothing can be done? Every time you try to hold me down.
I'm gonna keep the dividers. I really like original from True Colors. Thank you. Does it say just let me fall asleep because that's how he activates the ability? And yes, it is about Zenitsu. Yeah. Just let me fall asleep. I reference a lot of things like that. Generally, when I write my lyrics, I try not to be so on the nose because I like to have that I don't know, like I just have like you can have the ability to listen to it and it not be like so direct about what I'm saying. So I like to be kind of vague. But I think for these lyrics in particular, there was the world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep because I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try to get knocked down, blah 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 blah. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken me inside. The people by my side helped me believe that we could have the strength in the webs we weave. Try to keep my head up, protect the ones I love, but I found my failure. So yeah, it's a constant back and forth because like he doesn't know, and that was what was challenging about writing this song, is like on the hook actually on the chorus when I say I closed my eyes to remember a time before when I awoke the demons I faced lying on the floor, so it was funny because like on the verses I'm trying to be kind of like as he was, you know, in terms of like cowardice and unsure and like what do I do kind of thing. And then on the then on the hook, it's like I close my eyes and when I open them, all of a sudden everything's taken care of, and it's like what?
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. I glow, but maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep.
And I think as a disclaimer, I definitely will not be like finishing the entire song like final master mix on this, because what's probably going to happen is I'll get everything leveled to what I think is right, and then I'll end the stream, and then I'll come back to it after I take a bit of a break to like kind of help my ears breathe, and then I'm going to hear stuff and be like, oh, that's not right. So good morning FWW Galahad. Bro, the man's that the kid who didn't even have a weapon killed demons facing. Wait, bruh, the man's that a kid who thought didn't even have a weapon killed. Oh yes, I know. That's why it's so funny. He's like, he does his thing. You're like, this guy's a fucking badass. Holy hell! And then he like wakes up and he's just like, what did you do? Thank you. And he thinks it's the kid that did it, and it's like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was challenging. I've wanted to write a song for him, because when I first was watching Demon Slayer, I remember thinking like, why is this person in this, or in the party of people? Like, what is his purpose? He's weighing everyone down. He can't defend himself. And I remember Fable, who told me to watch it. This was back in like, my gosh, when did it come out? Like, it came out middle of last year. I could totally be wrong, but anyways, he had already seen a decent amount of episodes of it, and he was like, dude, just keep watching it. I know he's annoying, but it gets good. And then when I saw that scene, I was just like, oh shit, like this, okay. And he doesn't even realize that he is just extremely powerful. So it was pretty funny. But yeah, when the demon's chasing them in the temple, I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, is he just gonna die, or? And then he falls asleep, and I'm like, okay, now what's gonna happen? You know. But anyways, okay.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep.
Yeah, something about this is not right. It doesn't sound good. Like giving it too much top end.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, this world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get down. No matter how hard I push, I get.
Good morning, Culture Freak.
I get thrown around. I close my eyes.
All right, I'm just gonna leave the verses for now because I need to come back to them and reference, and because a big part of this too is I have to listen to it on different speakers, and you know, because there might be an issue with something else. You know, this is a fun, the fun part of mixing.
The people by my side.
Like that right there too. There's all this explosive kind of.
The people by my side.
I didn't realize how bad that was.
The people by my. The people by my side. The people by my side. Help me. The people by my side. Help me. The people by my side. Help me believe that I could have the strength. It's in the webs we weave.
And I hope anyone got that reference. It's in the webs we weave. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool.
It's in the webs we weave. I try to keep my head up, protect the ones I love. But what if I'm a failure and nothing can be done? Every time you try to hold me down, no matter how hard you push, I won't be thrown to the ground. I close.
I have not seen that. Konosuba? I have not seen that. Yes, Dylan. Good job. That's exactly right. Interesting to see how it works. Yeah, right. It's pretty exciting. There's so many things, right? Because it's like I have to consider the vocal mix, but then I have to look back at the actual mix of the song to see if there's anything that could be changed. Because I'm already starting to think certain things, and then the master chain too. I probably need to adjust the master chain to better suit what's happening, and so yeah, it's all that fun stuff.
I closed. I closed. I closed. I closed. I closed my eyes to remember a time before when I awoke. The demons I faced were lying on the floor. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. I closed my eyes to remember a time before. I closed my eyes to remember a time before when I awoke. The demons I faced. I closed my eyes to remember a time before when I awoke.
Come on. Oh yeah, I see what the problem was. Wait, I feel like I missed some stuff. Yeah, right. Well, to be fair, if I was streaming this on my main channel, there'd probably be a lot more people. But trying to not screw my channel over. Do you have any panning rules that you stick with Vox and guitars to create space? Yeah, it kind of depends. I mean, guitars are always hard pan left and right for me. Um, assuming we're talking about rhythm. Obviously, with a lead, it wouldn't be hard pan left or right unless you're like harmonizing leads or something. But yeah, generally speaking, rhythm guitars hard pan left and right. Vocals, gotta I always have my mono vocal. Um, Depends on what's happening. Like for this chorus, because it's supposed to sound huge, I have two vocals underneath it that I'm not super stuck on the panning of it yet, because they're actually panned out pretty far. But I kind of wanted to give it like a chantier, not chanty, almost like a group kind of sound, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure yet on the levels and on the panning for those. I'm kind of playing around with it, but generally for harmonies, I will usually have the highest harmony panned out as hard left and right, and then I kind of play around with mid and low harmonies to see kind of what sounds best. But yeah, I don't really have one set rule. It kind of depends on what's happening in the song, because sometimes just it kind of depends on what's going on. I've even had like lows and all that kind of stuff hard pan left and right. So yeah, not usually like one specific thing. Do you watch anime sub or dub? It depends. If it depends on what I start watching it as. Demon Slayer, I would only watch dubbed subbed, because I started it subbed, so I wouldn't want to watch it dubbed now. It would just be weird. But generally, if I watch something dubbed or subbed, I don't go back. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's definitely not there yet. I'm trying to get it there, but
I close.
Because right there you can tell there's layers. There's like more than one of me. Whereas if I turn these down, it might sound a little better. I don't know.
I close. I close.
Might do like 30. Usually I do 30. 30 is my general rule for like a chorus layer.
I closed my eyes to remember a time before. I closed my eyes to remember a time.
Actually, maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll use this instead.
My eyes to remember a time before when I awoke. My eyes to remember a time before when I awoke. The demons I faced were lying on the floor. My eyes to remember a time before when I awoke. The demons I faced were lying on the floor. My eyes to remember a time before. demons I faced were lying. My eyes to remember a time before. My eyes to remember a time before. When I awoke, the demons I faced were lying on the floor. My eyes to remember a time before. When my eyes to remember a time before. When I awoke, the demons I faced were lying on the floor. My eyes to remember a time before. My eyes to remember a time before. When I awoke, the demons I faced were lying on the floor.
What did I miss? Is that the chorus effect or phasing during I close? Oh, I don't know how. I don't know. That was like almost 5 minutes ago. I don't know if that answers the question, but yeah, it sounded like that. I think because the left and right, the doubles right here that I sang, they're not like duplicates of that. So I sang those the same thing twice over, and because they're obviously not going to be perfect, I had them too loud. So then it kind of gave that weird phasey sound. And so, but that's why the panning and the levels I need to figure out on what I'm trying to do with that, because it may be as well that I have these on their own track where the panning is much tighter, whereas then it opens up on the chorus to make it sound bigger.
My eyes to my
Whoa, 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 whoa.
My eyes to remember.
It's amazing how it sounds when you listen to it on its own.
My eyes to remember a time before. When I awoke, the demons I faced were lying on the floor.
I'll just put these on their own channel. Sometimes I'll just have things feeding to the same, like doubles feeding to the same thing, but dub. I'll just do the same thing, except for I'm going to add, oh no. Why would I do this? I know why I would do this. It's because I'm going to...
My eyes to remember a time before. When I awoke, the demons I faced were lying on the floor. My eyes to remember a time before. When I awoke, the demons I faced were lying on the floor. My eyes to remember a time before.
Yeah, I've also preemptively, without listening to anything, I've already panned these like 50-50 because they're mid harmonies. What does your wife think of your music career? She is stoked because it means, you know, I get to live my dream, and we get to have a lifestyle that we've always kind of wanted, and it's great. It's great. We really want to travel a lot, so once I kind of get my bearings on getting ahead, rather than making music that's coming out the same week. Yeah, that's the irony. Obviously, we moved to England so we could travel, and we can't do that right now. But when things kind of settle down, we will. Okay, let's see. I know it's different for everyone, but when you were running low on inspiration, having trouble creating, what do you want to create? What do you Wait, let me read that again. I know it's different for everyone, but when you are running low on inspiration and having trouble creating, when you have trouble creating what you want to create, what do you personally? I'm having some serious dyslexic moments right now. What do you do personally? My gosh, I'm sorry. What do I do when I'm running low on inspiration? I stop trying to make something happen. I used to force stuff. I used to sit there and not let it go. I'd get really frustrated. But now, if I'm sitting here, I'll play guitar for 20-30 minutes, or I'll play around on piano, or I'll do whatever. And if nothing comes to me and I start getting frustrated, or if I start recognizing that nothing's happening, I just stop. I will play a video game. I will go hang out with my wife. I'll watch TV. I'll I just try and separate, because there's not much you can do. If you're talking about inspiration that is maybe lacking for days, which has happened to me before too, I kind of for me, I just accept it. I'm just well, I post a song every week. I can't expect myself to try and write the best thing every single week. So if nothing comes to me that week, there's been times I just don't upload, because I don't want to just put something out that I'm not happy with, So to overcome it, though, I just try and separate as much as I can and not force anything, because my thought is, if you try and force something, it's not going to be genuine, and But actually, another thing I do as well, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sorry to have a different answer to your question as well, is if I'm having a lack of inspiration on just a general scale, I can't think of guitar, I can't think of piano, whatever. Because I'm also listening to music a lot of the time, I'll listen, or sorry, there'll be a song that I'm listening to a lot. That's usually what happens. I fixate on one song because I love it, and sometimes I just take inspiration from it. I'll listen to what they did instrumentally, or I'll listen to vocally, the general atmosphere, the vibe. I remember when I wrote "Cold," the Sasuke song, that was inspired totally by what's that one song that blew up on TikTok? It's that one that's my last made me feel like I would never try again, but when I saw you, I felt something I never felt. The general vibe of that song I got really into, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I really want to write a hook like that. It's I feel alive inside, I want to break it. Something that just kind of kept rolling, kind of like how his did, and so that's another thing I do. I'll sometimes take inspiration from other people's songs, and just try and have that help inspire what I'm doing. But yeah, long yes, Falling by Trevor Daniel. Thank you. Yes, that is the song name. How does it sound with the editing, highs and lows? Hello, Cohesion. Welcome. Are you able to play the confidence on the piano? No, I'm not. How does it sound with the editing, highs and lows? I don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking editing the editing I'm currently doing? Because it sounds like crap. If I turn it off, it's going to sound like a muddy mess. Okay, let me get this part now.
My eyes to remember a time before. My eyes to remember a time before. My faced were lying on the floor. Ooh, my eyes to remember a time before.
Now that I think about it.
My eyes to remember. My eyes to remember a time before when I awoke. The demons
There we go. Something, yeah, that I've been doing a lot. It's funny because in the mix you can't really hear it, but I put a decent amount of distortion, I guess, because it helps color it and cut through the mix a lot better because you're dealing with guitars, and there's a lot of guitars going on in the hook. For anyone that wasn't here yesterday, the guitars alone is just this. It's just a mountain of distortion. You brought me a Nutrigrain bar? Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Someone asked, by the way, they did ask.
Me?
Yes, they asked for you. No, they asked, what did they say? What did your wife think of your music career? Is what they asked me. And I said, you liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
10 out of 10 would recommend. My wife brought me a cup of tea and a Nutri Valley, not Nutrigrain, because those are different. What I mean are the highs and lows. Wait, what I mean with highs and lows are the higher and lower pieces in the song itself. Are you talking about the... I'm sorry, I don't know if I understand the question. When you say not pieces, parts, are you talking about like just the singing? Or are you talking about other parts? Galahad, that was excellent advice. Thank you. I'm having trouble world building, creating my story's timeline, and connecting a plot and themes, and wanted to know what you did when you're having trouble. Yeah, I feel like we get in our own heads. Obviously, you know, like we're trying to understand like why isn't it happening. It's because, like for me personally, and I'm sure for anyone in the community that does this, you can gash yourself out so easily when you're uploading every week. And yeah, there was times I used to get so frustrated, so angry. I would think I would never write a good song ever again, and I would just really get at myself. But now I just accept it. I'm like, well, I need to take a break. You see me flexing. I don't know what that means. Well, I know what flexing means. I don't know what I was flexing, but maybe it's this this delicious Nutri-Valley crunchy oats and honey bar. All right.
My eyes to remember a time before. My eyes to.
Jeez, those are loud.
My eyes to read.
I wonder what these would sound like on the low harmony.
My eyes to remember. My eyes to remember a time before.
Let's put these on the high then and see what this sounds like. If I'm not sure if I can't remember the name. Who was it? I don't know if you're still here. For Spiral Arms, or for Spiral Arms, or for Spiral Arms. Yeah, in a panning situation though, this is a good example right here. I have my highs, hard left and right. I have my lows 75 to 75. Have my mids 50-50. But then again, I might end up changing some of this because in my head too, I don't really want my lows out that far. So I may end up flipping the mid and the low panning around to where it's the mids are on the 75 rather than being 50. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll have to see what happens. The vocals, when you sing and go higher with your voice, pitching, I guess? Oh, you want me to take the pitch correction off? If that's what you're asking, no, because that's embarrassing. I'm a terrible, terrible singer.
My eyes to remember a time before. When I awoke, I closed my eyes to remember a time before. When I awoke, the demons I faced were lying on the floor.
Where am I at? Oh.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
By the way, this is not a lyric. This is me saying ooh. Anyone's like, ooh, let's really break down what this lyric means. This is called Ear Candy.
Ooh. Ooh.
Once I get it kind of leveled, I'm just going to put them all on the same track.
Ooh. Ooh.
These are really loud. The lows, of course, sound loud.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Ooh.
I'm going to call it ooh. Oh, you know what? I might turn these back up again now that I'm thinking about it. There we go. Anyone's watching the stream is like, can you please stop doing that? Ooh, 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 ooh. Four spiral arms. Okay, good. Thanks for pointing it out. It's awesome stuff. The quality of your mixes is top. Thank you. I try. I really do. I try. Like, that's why I said earlier, like, even though I'll get done what I get done on here, on this stream, I have no idea what's actually going to stay the same. Because I may end up, from referencing, I may end up changing a lot of stuff. That says any singer? Yeah. It's true. I'm confused by the conversation that's happening, so I'm just going to let you guys keep having that conversation. The ooh reminds you of a Coldplay song. Well, this is good news, because I like Coldplay. Okay, we're almost there. Let me see it. Maybe a little 5K. No, maybe a little. Yeah, maybe not. Why overthink it?
Like a thunderclap, something that walking deep inside. Like a thunderclap, something that walking deep inside.
Wow, don't ever put a whole Nature Valley bar in your mouth because I just couldn't breathe. Oh my gosh. There we go. I really like this riff. It's so simple, but I just really, really like it. I don't know why. It's really not that complicated. I'm just scaling down. But like there's certain parts where I go. You won't really be able to hear this, but when I go. Whoops. This pick is way too flimsy. What the heck? Oh, there we go. It's really simple though. How did I do it again? Something like that. A little tapping part. But yeah. Ah! Almost dropped my pick. Excuse me, I came here to see vocals being mixed. Okay, to be fair, I've been mixing vocals the entire time. I like just picked it up because I was talking about this one part of the song. Oh my goodness. I am at 60K. Thank you. Yes. I just hit 60K. It is a good day. That rhymed. I should be a rapper. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened. I started... Okay, when I said 60K, I somehow have gained like 20 subscribers since I said that. I don't know what happened. Maybe 60K is the magic number. Now things will start to take off. Okay. Yeah. This needs... Excuse me. This needs work. This definitely needs work.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep.
See. I haven't decided if this song's going to need a serious amount of automation for some reason, or if it's on the instrument end. There's something weird going on.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet.
Maybe it needs more effects. Sometimes that might be why it's poking out of the mix right now, is because it doesn't have enough.
This world is not for me.
That sounds like too much, though.
This world is not for.
Hold on. Let me tone down the verb.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. Me. Clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe.
This is my new song. This is the song that's coming out on Friday. Did I spend money on this program? Yes, I did. It's Studio One 4, though you can get it on Splice. It's like they do like a monthly thing. That if Sailor Your Love is still here, she could I almost said attest to that, because I believe that's what she's done. But yeah, you get the full program for $20 a month until it's paid. It's like a rent to pay or whatever you call it. I think generally, it's like $400 or something like that. No, not Splice. Shop PreSonus. Oh, it's on sale right now. That's in pounds, though. Let's see what it translates to. Pounds to doll hairs. That's not right. So it's like, yeah, it's like $300 right now. But like I said, you could do the whatever you call it, the rent to own kind of thing. But all the stuff I'm using, like all the plugins I'm using, are not Studio One. They are third-party plugins. So
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. I close my eyes to remember a time before. Close my eyes to remember a time before. My eyes to remember a time before. demons I faced were lying on the floor. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. Like a like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside.
Remember when you had 5K subs? I do. I was there for that. I do remember that. I'm gonna go eat. Gonna definitely listen to the finished product. Thank you, Max. Have a good one. Do I earn? I never answered that question. Do I earn money with this program? I guess yes. That's how I make all the money I make from doing music. So I have to use this program.
Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. Like a thunder.
Mess with these a little bit.
My eyes to remember a time before when I awoke. The demons I faced were lying on the floor. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. I close my eyes to remember a time before when I awoke. The demons I faced were lying on the floor. Like a thunderclap, something had awoken deep inside. The people by my side help me believe that I could have the strength. It's in the webs we weave. I try to keep my head up, protect the ones, the people by my side.
Interesting.
Every time you try to hold, I try to keep my head up, protect the ones I love. But what if I'm a failure and nothing can be done? This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet.
Well, thank you, Steph. I appreciate that. I'm a sucker for doing this kind of stuff. I'm a sucker for that.
Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still water.
Yeah, this is gonna take a lot more mixing.
But maybe
Alright, sounds good. See you later.
Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. I close my eyes to remember. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. I close my eyes to remember a time before.
Man. This is gonna need a lot of work. Mm-mm-mm. The more I listen, I'm just like, oof. This is gonna get a lot quieter now, so I just need to check. I want to check something.
This world is not for me. Just let me fall asleep. Thunder in the clouds, lightning at my feet. But maybe down beneath, still waters run deep. 'Cause I need a hope that I can keep. Every time I try, I get knocked down.
Maybe it's my master chain. Yeah, I might need to look at that now, because
Every time
I bet it's this one. I bet it's you.
Every time I try, I get knocked down. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. I close my eyes to remember. Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. I close.
Is the camera messed up? What do you mean? I don't think so. Unless you're talking about, like, the screen. I didn't have it full screen.
Every time I try, I get knocked down. No matter how hard I push, I get thrown around. I close my eyes to remember.
It's lagging. Oh, it's like frozen. Oh, yikes. Well. I don't know how to, like, make that not do that. Ah. Yeah, wow, it is lagging. Holy cow. Well, this is good timing because this is going to need a lot of TLC. And I need to take a break because my ears are getting a little tired. So, and I need to reference this on a few different things. So, sorry about the lag. That is really annoying. But yes, anyways, thank you to everybody for hanging out and chilling with me as I hit 60,000 subscribers, which is crazy. And I will see you guys next Monday. I'm going to try and do this every every Monday and Wednesday, as I am working on my music that comes out that Friday. So, anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys, and I will talk to you next time.